the grandfather of our quarterback.
Let us pray. Our Father and God, in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord, we come once again with thanksgiving in our hearts. Thank you, Lord, for the days that have preceded this game. Thank you, dear Master, for today. We pray that you would bless all those, dear Master, who traveled near and far. Thank you for your traveling grace. We pray you would bless every young person that is here, particularly those that are on the field. We pray, Lord, that this game will be to your glory and to your honor. Protect us and guide us, lead and direct us. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
The officials for tonight's game: Tony Bohannon, Steve Reed, head linesman is Ingram, line judge is Kevin Bohannon, back judge is Kenny Aiken.
Hey, yo.
Hey, boy.
Good, how y'all? You got one more year? One more year. And then I'll be officially unemployed. It won't take long to get employed. You're going to try to come back down this way?
Hey, Bob.
What did it end up being last Saturday? I heard 20.
I never heard of that.
They got 21. A lot of them kids go to he's really playing.
Welcome to Swart Dot Today. Jim Honey along with Ralph Harris. We are here in the quarterfinals here at Prescott, here at Cummins Stadium, as the Prescott Curly Wolves get ready to face the McGehee Owls. Prescott comes in 11-1, McGehee 9-3. As these two teams started the season, they were both picked to win their conference. Things didn't turn out quite that way. They finished second in their conference, but both of the teams that won their conference are also playing the quarterfinal games. Ralph, we're in for a extremely good game tonight. Two very competitive and athletic, traditional, strong teams. This game's going to have a lot of interest to it.
Well, we've always played McGehee. We've played McGehee several times over the years. It's always been a rough and tumble. I mean, right down to the last. It's always been real tough. Just been a great game. Games every time I've seen them play.
Curly Wolves are walking through the stands. Fans are standing up cheering them on. Got a good crowd tonight. It's Thanksgiving week, so there's a lot of visitors that are in, seeing family and things that come out to the ball game tonight, and plus there's just a lot of fans from the community that are out to see the Curly Wolves play this quarterfinal football game.
Really, really good crowd, like you say, Jim. Really dreary, fog's rolling in, kind of dampish, cold and wet. Go back to McGehee and Prescott. Both of them are always athletic, lots of speed, lots of really good athletic kids on the team. It's just really always a great atmosphere. It's almost like a playoff atmosphere anytime these two teams play, because it is so electric with the two teams.
It'll be the third straight week that the Curly Wolves will face a wing T offense. Now, McGehee runs it just a little bit differently than what Clinton did last week or what Mountain View did the week before.
Well, with the wing T, usually it's a slower, methodical offense. McGehee, watching them and listening to this stuff, McGee's faster pace.
Yes.
There's nothing methodical about them. They're just like the Curly Wolves. They're going to line up, run it fast, and it's just a quick hurry up. Which is wing T is historically not that way.
Right.
You know,
it's quick hitting.
It's quick hitter. You know, like I say, the wing T usually is more, I won't say non-athletic, but some of the slower.
Right.
And there's a lot of moving parts that you got to pay attention to. But McGee's got the moving parts and also the speed to go with it. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Curly Wolves adjust to this, because it's not your typical wing T.
Right. Curly Wolves and the Owls meet at midfield to do the coin toss. Riley Robbins, Qantas Gully, and Rayvon Tolliver are the captains for the Curly Wolves.
See which direction this goes, Jim. Curly Wolves always like to start out on defense, kind of set the tone with their defense, and that way they come out in the second half and receive the kickoff. So see how the ball bounces this week.
McGehee has a decent crowd out this season. I really expected to see a little bit more from McGehee, and they may just not be in the stadium yet. There's a lot coming in the gate.
Well, the gate's all lined up, and they may be caught in the fog trying to get here too. Like I say, that fog's really rolling in.
Yes, it is. Waiting for the referee to do the coin toss. The coin is up, and we're waiting to see what it is. I believe McGehee has won the toss. Let's wait and see what they decide to do. They're going to take the ball to start the game, so Prescott will start on defense.
Prescott will kick off to McGehee.
good to see Qantas Gully. He hurt an ankle late in the ball game last week. I was glad to see that he was out there because I wasn't sure exactly how severe that was. I see it taped up pretty good, and hopefully he'll be good to go this evening.
Well, this looks like he's moving around pretty well on it, so it may get a little stiff. The colder it gets, we'll see how it works out during the game. McGee's got a big old run-through sign. I don't know if I've ever seen a sign that was that big.
I mean, either. That
covers up half the end zone.
Quite large. As we get started this evening, we want to thank our head sponsors for the night: Bank of Delight, Bank of Prescott, and Southern Graphics. Got a few stats for the season there, Ralph.
Let's just go over some of the stats and give you the top performers this week. Alex George sitting at 928 yards. And you got Ryan Johnson, our quarterback, which is kind of surprising. A lot of folks at 663 yards. On the defensive side, we got Trey Rucker. We talk about him all the time. He's a little mighty mite, just a stick of dynamite. He's sitting at 121 tackles, and Colton Johnson is second with 115 tackles. So we've talked about all year about this linebacking core. They've got a really stout linebacking core. They're not real big, but they're small, they're quick, and they will hit you. And you kind of look at the stats, and it kind of shows up there.
And they're going to get plenty of work tonight. They're going to be busy. Prescott Curly Wolves are kind of just waiting for McGehee to come through the funnel first.
And to kind of see if McGee's going to wait him out. Usually the visitors team comes out first, but they looks like they're going to try to wait him out. Here they come.
Here they come.
McGehee coming on the field.
Here comes your Curly Wolves.
Looking for a very entertaining game this evening. McGehee comes in. They lost their first game of the season to Magnolia, Class 5A, and then they lost to Dumas, Class 4A. Then their only other loss was to Rising, who is undefeated, and they're playing over on the other end of the bracket. And they're playing Lamar tonight, and I can almost guarantee you Rising's going to make the semifinals. I think they are extremely talented.
Well, Rising's one of those. They're just one of those historical.
Yes.
Normal year in, year out, they're going to have good ball teams there. They take it kind of like Prescott tradition.
Mm-hmm.
They take their football serious. There's not much going on in the town of Rising but football.
That's right. Try to keep you updated with scores tonight through all the quarterfinal games. Rabadon's going to kick it away.
Hopefully kick it deep.
Make them have to go long way, long field. They're definitely making them think we're going to onside kick it to this left side.
McGehee scouted and looks like they're going to play for the onside kick.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
Rabadon, it's a high kick, and it's going to be a fair caught there by number 24, Williams. Maybe not a bad play. Ball's at the 37-yard line. That's not a really bad field position for McGehee, and so it's fairly good for the defense as the Curly Wolves take their first defensive possession tonight.
Talked about how athletic McGehee is. Look out there, and the guys that are coming on the field looks like they've got one big guy on the line, and the rest of them look like real athletic.
Good and quick. Smart will be your quarterback. Smart gives the ball to Rainey, and he'll gain about 4. 3.
Curly Wolves changing up, adjusting to these wing tees. They started out, they come out tonight in a 4-3 instead of they're normally 3-4. So we'll see how that. Normally those 4 linebackers are pretty tough. They've slipping one extra up on the line, so we'll see how that works.
First carry by Rayleigh, who is a very strong runner. Second down, about 7. Smart gives the ball to Rayleigh once again. He's going to gain about 3 more. Make up a third down and about 3. And that's what they do. It's quick hits.
A quick handoff right up the middle.
They're looking to get 3 to 4 yards a carry. You just got to hope that you can get in there and maybe knock one loose.
Third and 3.
This is
playing-
definitely one of those games of turnovers. Be big.
They're playing that Frank Broyles football.
Yes.
He always said 3 to 4 yards in a cloud of dust, and I can beat anybody.
Third down 3.
He
They
moved.
moved. That's going to back them up.
Knock him up 5.
And that's what they
Get a
don't
little
want to do.
anxious.
They don't want to be third and long. So mistakes tonight. That's one of the things that you can't do at this particular part of the ball game. Prescott got in that situation last week at Clinton. They had some false start penalties early in the game. They had to get those jitters out.
Well, you always talk about who comes out, who's prepared, who's ready, and who makes the least mistakes. And that's
Right.
what you got to keep it clean, because when you get to this level, everybody in here in the playoffs is a good team. All the lesser teams have already gone home.
That's right. Third down and 8. Smart. Give the ball a little sweep. Good tackle there by
Good
Nolan
job.
for no gain.
Jacoby Nolan stop him for no gain.
Number 10 on the carry that time, Lewis.
Number 10, Lewis on the carry.
Good series by the Curly Wolves. Get bend a little bit, but don't give it all up. And they stopped him, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 8. They watch their punter during warm-ups. He's kicking 30, 35 yards, but he's going to get it up in that fog, and it's going to be hard to see.
That's going to be a key tonight.
He gets it really high. He doesn't get much distance. He's got it really high, and it turns.
4th down and 7. Wolves are set up on their own 34, 35-yard line. It's going. Oh, it was almost blocked.
Oh,
it's going to be a penalty.
The flag on the play.
Yeah, they're going to call roughing the punter, but I think it's probably be a 5-yard
penalty there.
Still going to be 4th down.
Yeah, that's one of those when you're going for the punt, you got to lay out in front of the kicker.
You gotta-
Johnson was there, but he went straight up in there and not out across
You got to
his
make
foot.
sure you're going to get there.
Yes. Let's see what they decide to do here.
I expect that'll put McGehee in a position where they'll probably line up and go for it on this one, because it's going to be 4th and a 2.
Roughing the punter against Prescott.
He's marking it the wrong way. Where's he going?
Yeah, we got to wait and see.
He was marking it toward McGee's side. He's still lost.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's going to be a 4th down and 3. Now it will determine whether McGehee may possibly go for it now. Ball now marked just outside the 45-yard line of the Curly Wolves.
Curly Wolves going to come out on defense, because they are going to go for it.
Yep.
Get set. Don't jump on the snap. Don't give them that 5.
4th and 2.
Big down right here.
4th down and 3 now for the Owls. Offset line to the right. Ball given to the fullback, Woodson. He'll have the first down at the midfield. There's the mistakes right there for the Curly Wolves. That roughing the punter gave them a first down.
He picked up enough for a first down.
I'm not sure what Coach Glass trying to holler to get the referee's attention. I'm not sure what he's seeing.
He's hollering at something. I don't know what it is. 1st and 10 Owls now at midfield. Smart. Gonna give the ball to Rayleigh. He's gonna cut it back inside. He'll be close to a first down. He will get it inside the 40 of the Curly Wolves.
Number 6, Riley on the carry.
Just a really good run to the left. Had good blocking after, and he got to the corner.
Ball marked at the 38 of the Curly Wolves. We've talked about it before. Mistakes are going to be the key to this game. Each team made a mistake on that first set of downs for the Owls. Smart gives the ball to Lewis. Lewis is cutting it back into the middle of the field, and he'll be stopped at about the 30-yard line.
Lewis on the carry.
Just a little trap off that left side. Had good blocking there. Gained about 8 yards on it.
Picked up 8 yards.
It's one thing you don't want to do is give McGehee the momentum.
Well, you don't want those good inside trap there, and he just got around the end.
2nd down and 2. As you can tell, it's a very foggy night here in Prescott. Smart gives the ball to Woodson. Good tackle that time by Gillard.
Gillard got him.
Bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Good tough tackle by Gillard. If he'd have broke that line, he had plenty of room, but Gillard wouldn't let him move.
3rd and 1.
Four down territory now for the Owls. Lewis late to come in. Smart. Oh, and I believe they did not get to play off. I believe that's going to be a delay of game.
They did get a timeout on it.
Okay. Timeout, Owls.
Looked like it was going to be a weird snap there because the center got off and nobody moved. I couldn't tell what happened, but they did call a timeout.
Have a break here in the action. We want to thank our sponsors, Bank of Delight, Bank of Prescott, Southern Graphics, and Max Tire and Home Goods. McGehee Owls on a good drive here. They started at their own 37-yard line.
And just kind of popping it off 3 and 4 yards at a time. And if you get 3 or 4 yards every down, you move the chains. They've had one pretty good run, but most of them been 3 and 4 yards.
You know, that's what this offense is set to do. Is set to run the clock, you know, and to move the football. Offensive line has done a great job for the Owls so far.
Well, the thing about this offense is you kind of get lulled into a little bit there, and then they break somebody over the top if you're not paying attention and playing and taking care of your spot.
3rd down and 1 now for the Owls. Smart gives the ball to Woodson. He's got room over the left side. He'll have the 1st down, get inside the 20 and close to the 15-yard line.
Woodson on the carry.
Just doing a really good job of blocking that side. They're going to that left side. Apparently that's their strong side because almost every run they've made has been off the right.
Stop made at the 17-yard line. New set of downs for the McGehee Owls.
Keeping everything in close. They're not splitting anybody out on it. They're just going to set up and run power football. Ball coming to the right side.
Gives the ball this time. Oh, it was to number 8 that time. I believe that was Reed.
Reed on the carry.
His field conditions are going to play in big in this because that field's going to get slick in a hurry. He just tried to cut right there, and his feet came out from under him.
2nd down and 9. Prescott defense now backed up. Need a big stop. Smart up. We're going to have a penalty flag. False start. That'll back them up.
Back them up 5. Bring up second and 14.
5 yards.
It looked like they might have been looking to pass that time, Ralph.
Yeah. Well, sometimes this offense, when you try to speed this wing tee up, sometimes it gets you in trouble because it's like I say, it's set up to be methodical and slow, and sometimes when you get a little extra speed in it, it kind of causes problems.
Gets you out of sync a little bit. 2nd down and 14. Smart. He's going to roll out the pass. Looking for 24. Open. He's going to be intercepted that time by Dan Thompson. Curly Wolves come up with a turnover.
Big turnover, Jim, right there. You could see it coming. That quarterback was dropping that left back. You could tell he was trying to get out of there in a hurry. Just set it up. Thompson was interception. That's the big key last week was the 3 interceptions.
That's correct. That's one of the things that you could see it on that previous play. They looked like they were going for a pass play. They went ahead and stayed with the call, and Darian Thompson was right in the right place to come up with the interception.
1st down, Prescott.
Curly Wolves begin their first offensive possession backed up deep on their own about 8-yard line, it looks like. Johnson will be in the pistol formation with Alex George. Johnson will give the ball to George right up the middle. Good hard run. He's still on his feet. He's still driving. He's still on his feet. He's breaking free out to the 40, 45. Be tackled about the 47-yard line. Great run by Alex George.
Tough run by Alex George. The last 10 yards he gained running backwards. They had a hold of him, but he just kept pushing. Gained 8, 10 yards going backwards on that one. Great run. Just stayed with it. Looked like he was going to be tackled early. Got out on it and made a great run.
About a 40-yard gain that time. Johnson, he's going to keep it this time over to the right side. He's got room. Breaks it outside. Will cut it upfield. Will gain about 8.
Quarterback Ryan Johnson on the carry.
The Smacko ground, that was a really big play. They'd track, and the defense would collapse on those runners, and he'd just take it and go around the end and make a really great run. He did there in about second about 8. Second about 2, excuse me. He picked up 8.
Prescott moves into McGehee territory.
Got an official timeout, got tying a shoe.
Official timeout.
Lewis had a shoe come untied.
Threw a shoe.
He's going to have to come out of the game. Have to get somebody else in. Number 13, Jordan, will come in to replace him. Johnson gives the ball to George over the right side. He's going to run over one and get the first down.
Just a good tough run, right straight handoff. Right off the right side. Good blocking there.
George will come out and Thompson will come in, give Prescott a little more speed now. Not that George is not fast, but he's more built for some power.
He'd run over you.
Johnson gives the ball to Thompson. He's going to get outside. He'll get the edge, cut it back upfield, get to the 30, 25, inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line.
Really good job of Nolan coming back and getting a chip block on that because it looked like he was going to be stopped in the backfield. Nolan went out there and just got a little chip on him and let him get to the end.
Thompson was lucky that time. He was kind of leaning forward at that snap, but not enough to get the flag. Johnson gives the ball to Thompson right up the middle. He'll get inside the 20.
Thompson on the carry.
Just a straight handoff right up the middle, just playing power football.
Pick up 5 yards.
Second down and
Second down.
about 6. We got to get inside the 15 to get the first down. Johnson will keep this time over the right side. He's got room, cuts it in the middle. He'll get it in the end zone, touchdown, Kelly Wolves.
Ryan Johnson on the carry.
Come back that quarterback, basically a quarterback option. He rides it in there to see if they're going to take the dive play. They take it. He's going to take it outside. Great run, right, a bit of good blocking. They got out on that second level and got it blocked well.
Now it'll be our first touchdown. The Bank of Daylight touchdown. Rabadon now on for the extra point.
Ray Rucker will hold.
Rucker
will try the extra point.
getting set for the hold. Oh, the bad snap. Rucker's going to keep it. He's not going to go anywhere and will be dropped for a loss. Curly Wolves do take the lead 6-0 with 4:31 to go here in the first quarter.
Bad snap. He just couldn't get it down. Glass still trying to get his point in. I'm not seeing. I hadn't seen what he's seeing, but he's hot.
He's going to have to quit arguing. He's going to be in the dressing room.
Not sure what it is. Maybe we'll pick it up here in a minute and see what it is, but he is hot.
I think he's getting on with the ball boy at this particular moment.
No.
I think it was a ball boy.
Maybe. I don't know. Whatever.
Make sure we get
I have not seen him that hot in a while. That's one of those mistakes, Jim, we didn't need. Those
That's
extra points are important.
Very much so. Rabadon will be set to kick it away.
Rabadon will kick off for Prescott.
Also want to thank our sponsors, Cofields and Prescott Automotive. Rabadon's kick will be a high kick, and it'll be a fair catch. And they'll be taking it over at the 37-yard line, maybe 38 this time.
That was the ball.
Getting a little chippy. I've seen a little action coming in. The referees hadn't picked it up yet, but it's getting a little chippy already. These two, like I say, these two have lots of history in the past years. It will get a little chippy at times.
McGehee out for their second offensive possession. Starts this time on their own 38. Smart gives the ball to Woodson. He'll be stopped for maybe a yard gain. That fog is getting a little bit thicker now.
It feels getting slicker. As the quarterback handed it off, he lost his footing. So the footing is obviously getting a little slick out there.
That's one of the things about this. We talked a little bit before the game started that they try to do a lot of quick handoffs, and if you start slipping, that ball can hit a hip and it can be on the ground really quick.
Yeah, watching the warm-ups looked like they were having a little trouble getting the handoff off there because they are going so quick. You've got to be very precise and pinpoint on those handoffs.
Smart gives the ball to let's Reed. Good job that time. I believe that was Colton Gert.
He just reached out with a big paw and got a handful of jersey and wouldn't let go.
That's all you want to do, just get him and hang on till you get some help. Big loss there for McGehee.
He played his position real well. He got upfield and kept anybody from coming back that direction. He did get a hand out and got him stopped. Big stop there.
Third down and about 13. We'll give them 13. They got to get out to the 48-yard line. Typically a passing situation. We'll see what the Owls choose to do here. The last attempted pass was intercepted. Smart. He's going to give the ball to Woodson, but he'll get maybe a yard.
Nowhere to go.
Good job there by Tinsley and Johnson.
Good penetration right up the line, and that's what you got to do with this offense. You got to get penetration and cover every hole, because that's where if they ever pop that hole, that's where you get problems.
Fourth down now. You got Cox and Nolan back deep to receive the punt.
We talked earlier about the punter. He's a 30, 35-yarder, but he gets it way up in the air, and this fog may create some problems trying to find that ball in the lights.
They're going to set up a return this time. Cox is just going to get away from it. It's going to bounce and roll, and it's going to be
just
all
keep
the way
rolling
down to about the 20-yard line. So a great punt.
Wow.
I think I'd try to get up there and punt to catch that one if you can.
Well, you don't normally get a bounce like that in this muddy field. It usually mud pretty much stick, but that one rolled about 15 yards on it, 20 yards.
I want to thank our sponsors this evening, Bank of Delight, Bank of Prescott, and Southern Graphics.
Carter will start off their position this time in a little better starting position. Started on the 7 the last time. So Prescott comes out and stays with that run game. Worked very well that first drive.
Johnson, he's going to keep it. Looking for room around the right side, and I believe he'll be dropped for maybe a yard gain.
Yeah, they stopped that one up real good. They
got penetration that time.
Yeah, they got penetration on it, and he had no place to make a decision. Gain of looks like they're going to mark it for no gain.
On that first possession, we were able to get that end sealed and was able to get to the edge. This time that they did a very good job of maintaining that corner, stopping Johnson for no gain. Ball handed off to George, right up the middle, bounces a little bit to the right. He'll get out close to the 30-yard line and bring up about a second down and maybe 2.
Look like
third down and 2.
Look like George is changing his mechanism. He gained about 5 yards going backwards that time.
3rd and 2.
Extra lineman will come in the game. That's J.D. Weaver. Prescott will go with a very stout offensive line.
Stout offensive line, and watch it pop to the left.
Oh, it's going to be handled George right up the middle. He'll get the first down and get out to about the 33-yard line.
That's one of those Prescott a lot of times set up in that power offense and pop it one side or the other. It was wide open all the way to the left because they were all pinching down to that middle.
Be a Max Tire and Home Goods first down for the Curly Wolves. Johnson gives the ball to George. He's looking for room around the right. Will gain about 3 yards. Just sliding in. Just kind of gets across the line of scrimmage and slides a little bit to the right or left.
He's getting in there, just slicing in and kind of leaning on him. Picked up about 4 yards. Bring Thompson in, a little change of pace.
Second down and about 6. Tried to get the Owls to jump that time. This possibly could be the last play of the first quarter. Oh, and that's going to be a penalty. Looks like they're going to false start. Be a false start that time. That'll back Prescott up and make it a second down and 11.
They just looked a little combobulated there on that one. It took too much time to get the play in, and it looked like she wasn't sure exactly what they were going to call. All the way McGee's packing up to that line. If we can ever get somebody broke, there's lots of green out there.
Sure is.
Or brown now.
Nobody in the middle of the field. Johnson's going to give the ball to Thompson. He's got room around this left side. He cuts it upfield. He's to the 50. He's to the 45, 40. He'll get knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Great run there by Darian Thompson.
Yeah, McGehee got caught, just like I was talking about. They got caught cheating into that middle, and he got around that end, and there was nobody out there. Free safety had to come from way across the field to knock him out of bounds. Sometimes you get caught cheating, and they got caught cheating on that inside middle.
Another big run there for the Curly Wolves. Thompson gets a 34-yard gain that time, out to the 39-yard line of the Owls. Johnson, he's going to keep right up the middle, looking for a little seam and get inside the 30.
Just picking this up 4 or 5 yards at a time. We'll take that every time.
He picked up 4 yards. Second and 6.
That will end the first quarter. Prescott's leading 6-0. We want to thank our other sponsors, Coalfields and Prescott Automotive. Curly Wolves have come out here in the first quarter and really controlled most of the quarter, other than that very first possession and that one penalty that roughing the kicker cost Prescott that time of possibly getting a chance to score again there in that first quarter.
Yeah, because we're talking about the mistakes. The mistakes are getting real important when you get down to this level.
Coaching staff has to be pleased with what they've seen so far, though. The Curly Wolves are coming out strong. They're coming out solid so far tonight. They've had just a couple little penalties that have backed them up and put them in maybe situations they didn't want to be in. If they can come out here now and finish this drive off and put the ball in the end zone and get up 2 touchdowns and hopefully just kind of keep pouring the coals to it after that.
Well, Prescott all year long has kind of controlled the tempo.
Right.
And after that first series, they did. They kind of got back in control of it and do their methodical drives, just pretty much running pretty much. They haven't thrown a pass all night long. McGehee may get surprised after a while, and they may come up and throw one over the top because, like I say, McGehee is cheating up, and they're playing them.
Right.
There's really no safeties at all. They're cheating them up. It looks like everybody's playing linebacker and lineman. There's really nobody back.
And I have a feeling the fog is definitely playing a little bit of a contributor to that passing situation so far this evening.
Well, and that, and as long as we can keep it on the ground, we can keep that clock running, because obviously McGehee is a running team.
Right.
And if you can take that extra possession away from them, that may be very important. And McGehee apparently brought their horns, because you hear them tooting in the stands.
Yes, they did. Johnson gives the ball to George. Finds him a little hole there, cuts it back inside. We'll get down close to the 20-yard line. Should have another first down.
Be a first down on that one.
Waiting for the officials to spot the ball. And that will be a make of delight first down.
George kind of come out in a little different running mode.
Yes.
He's kind of taking small steps. He may have figured out that ground's muddy.
Ball given to George again. He cuts it to the left this time. And we'll get down to about the 16-yard line.
I mean, all year long we've seen him rumbling and rambling, and now he's kind of taking those short, stout steps and just pushing hard, picking up good gains.
Second down and 5. I believe with that run of over 40 yards early in the game, that should have put him over 1,000 yards for the season.
Get him real close.
Johnson gives to George again, right up the middle. Cuts a little ways to the outside to the right. He's still on his feet. He'll score. Touchdown, Curly Wolves.
Again, he runs it in for a touchdown.
So that's going to put him right at his 1,000.
Right.
He had 928 coming. He had 40, so that's 68. And that was about a 25. So he's right at 1,000 yards on that one. Looked like he was going to be stopped short, and he just kept churning and pushed it in and scored. And he is just a sophomore,
That's
Jim.
right. Baker Prescott touchdown there for the Curly Wolves. Robidon now will attempt the extra point. Rucker gets his hold down, and the kick is good.
Kick.
Curly Wolves move out to a 13-0 lead with 11:15 to go here in the first half.
And that one looked a lot better. That snap on the first was just a little ragged. Rucker couldn't get it down. That one looked more clean all the way around. Brings it up to a 13-0. Curly Wolves starting off the second quarter.
This will be a big defensive stand now for the Curly Wolves to come out after this on this kickoff. They need to come out, make sure they can get another stop and hopefully get the ball back so they can possibly get another score before the half.
Well, they've controlled them pretty well except for that first drive, and like I say, that penalty extended that drive. They probably wouldn't have gone near as far as they did, but it was a penalty that extended it. See if we can get some scores picked up here and see who we've got that's scoring tonight.
Hopefully the fog won't hurt our connection too badly this evening.
See what Rabidon does with this one. They've taken over to 37 and the 38-yard line consecutive, so we'll see where this one get a little depth on this, and they're playing for the short kicks.
Rabidon will get ready to kick it away. They're looking for it to be short on this left side here. It's going to be a squib kick. Bounces off one of the McGehee players, and he'll get it recovered about the 37-yard line.
38-yard line again. Pretty consistent.
We can keep them right there. I think that's good.
It worked out so far so good. That's a good place for them to start, looks like. And that was kind of funny. It ricocheted off somebody, and Curly Wolves just couldn't quite get there in time to get it recovered.
I think that was Reed that it went off of.
The 38-yard line.
And you look, they're expecting those short kicks because everybody they've got on the line, up on the line, is a hands guy. You know, it's a backer or a receiver sitting there ready to get that ball.
Well, I know there's got plenty of speed back deep. I wouldn't want to kick it to him either.
No.
Smart now under center. Gives the ball to Woodson. He's going to be stopped there by Wilson and I believe Nolan. No, excuse me, that's Gully.
Woodson on the carry.
Got great penetration there by Wilson. He was in the backfield, and the runner just couldn't get started. They lost a one, bring up second and 11.
Second and 11.
Got really good penetration on that one, Jim. And that's what you have to do with this wing tee. You get penetration, it makes it those parts, all those moving parts. It's hard to get them going when you got somebody in that backfield.
Oh yeah, the key to the whole wing tee offense is you got to get movement on the offensive line for the fullback and the running backs to get ground. Smart. He's going to give the ball to, I believe that's going to be Reed or Woodson. I couldn't tell who had it. I believe that was Reed. I don't think he wants that one anymore.
Well, with this wing tee, everything operates within about 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. So anytime you get penetration, you're going to break up the whole rhythm of it. It's just hard to function.
I believe Reed's going to come out on that one.
I think he wanted to go see the sideline on that.
Yeah.
He got popped.
3rd down and 10. Need to make sure they keep an eye on number 3, Polite, who they like to throw to out of the backfield. Smart. He's going to give the ball to Woodson. He's going to be close to a first down. He's going to be about 2 yards short. Good gain there by the Owls. Gain of about 8.
Got good penetration on that one, Jim, but he just got through the crack and got a little extra run on it. Bring up 4th and 2 to see what McGehee does. Looks like they're probably going to go for it.
Defense has to stand up right here. Don't jump. Make sure you keep your eye on the ball and get some penetration. Giller needs to come up big right here with Johnson and Tinsley filling the gaps. Smart. Gives the ball. He's stopped in the backfield. He'll be stopped for no gain. Curly Wills will take over.
Wow.
Great job.
That offensive
Johnson.
line went back on that one, Jim. There was no place for a runner to go. Great
Giller
stop.
stood him right
Wow,
up.
stood him right there. Like I say, there was no offensive push on that one. There was no place for him to go. Big set of downs right there.
Prescott will take over on the McGehee 46-yard line.
Poke this one in, Jim, make them think McGehee think they're in trouble. Let's see what happens. Sometimes you get them down, they kind of start struggling.
That's right. Well, you get them out of their game. Johnson. He's gonna. He's got Cox wide open. He's got to wait on it.
Oh.
Johnson shouldn't throw it that time.
Throw the ball.
He had him wide open.
Short armed him.
Oh man.
Wow. As we was talking about getting behind him, boy, he was way behind him, and he just couldn't get the ball out there to him. It was just too short.
All he had to do was just throw that out
throw
there.
that out there and say, Cox, go get it, because he was wide open, and nobody close. Wow.
Second down.
Johnson's going to give the ball to George. He's going to be hitting the backfield and drop for a loss. Great tackle that time by number 20.
George on the carry.
That's Bass.
No gain on the play. Third down.
Kind of caught McGehee off guard on that pass and just couldn't finish it. They made a great defensive stand there and wouldn't let it get going.
Johnson. He's going to give the ball to Thompson, trying to get around the edge to the left. They get him in the backfield with our big drop, big loss.
Great penetration on there, just couldn't get it. He couldn't get to the edge.
Prescott's going to have to punt for the first time tonight. Boy, they really missed a big opportunity to score another touchdown right there, and Johnson and Cox just couldn't come up with the pass completion.
Johnson back to punt for Prescott.
Chance for Prescott to back McGehee up. Good snap. Good punt by Johnson. Fair catch called for, and it's going to be dead about the 22-yard line.
Ball is dead on about the 22-yard line.
Thank our sponsors, Southern Graphics, as we have this change in possession.
Keontae Franklin got there before the ball come down. There was nothing for the McGehee receiver to do. He had called a fair catch, but he couldn't even get to the ball because it landed behind Franklin.
This will be the worst field position McGehee started in all evening. They start on their own 22-yard line. And it's going to be a false start there by McGehee.
Flag on the play. Procedure penalty against the Owls.
McGee's used to going quick, and the quarterback hesitated to get a call in from the sideline, and the right end just couldn't wait.
Another false start from McGehee. This is something that puts them, long yardage. That's not what they do. So it's first down and 15 now for the Owls. And they do it again.
Quarterback did the same thing. He come up. Quarterback did the same thing. He come up the line and pulled out of the center to get a call from the sideline, and the right end just couldn't stay hooked.
That's Hawkins, who's done that 2 times in a row now. Those are big penalties, and you can tell McGehee is off right now. They're not settled in.
They're off. They're anxious.
That's
they're just a little out of rhythm.
But the thing is, Prescott's they need to keep playing and get some more points on the board, because I can almost guarantee you McGee's going to score before the night's over.
Yeah, they're not going to quit.
Ball given to Rayleigh. He's still on his feet, and he's going to gain about 12 yards of his own right there to get over half of it back. Nice run by Rayleigh.
Second 10 looked like.
Riley on the carry.
Good tough run right off the right side.
Second and 10.
7:24 to go here in the first half. Smart is going to give the ball quick on the left side. I believe that was Rayleigh again. Gain of about 3. Bring up a 3rd down and 7.
They're trying to use a little motion, Jim, to try to pull folks out of the center of that Prescott defense, and the Prescott defenders are just not biting on it.
3rd and 8.
As we talked about, that wing tee has got a lot of moving parts on it, and if you start looking at the motions on it, you'll get behind.
That's right. Just got to play discipline, stay focused on your job.
Big down right here, 3rd and 8.
Smart gives the ball to Woodson. No gain.
There's no place to go.
Big stop by Gillard that time.
Defensive line is stepping up big, Jim. They're stopping up those holes, and there's no place to go.
Woodson on the carry.
Bring up a 4th down.
Lost on the play.
Don't believe they'll go for this one.
I don't think so.
4th and 8.
Backed up on their own 25-yard line is a 4th down and 8. You know, this is one of those, the fog seems to be lifting just a little bit right now.
It's kind of clearing out a little bit.
3 back to
It's
punt.
be a good one to take and run back on them right here.
Cox and Nolan just need to catch this one and get some positive yards. Punt is away. Nolan is going to he bobbled it, and I believe McGee's going to come up with it.
Wow.
McGehee comes up with the ball on the 45-yard line of the Curly Wolves.
Can't make mistakes. You got to either get out of the way or go catch it. He would look like he was a little unsure of what he was going to do on that one. And that will give the McGehee Owls a new set of downs at the 45-yard line.
That's Prescott's first turnover of the night. McGehee has one, so that evens it up on the evening. Those mistakes are what you just can't do, because now you're giving some momentum back to McGehee.
Well, when you're receiving those punts or kickoffs, either one, you got to make it, be decisive.
That's right.
And either go get it or get out of the way.
Smart. Give the ball to Woodson. Cuts it back inside. He'll gain about 8-9 yards. Rucker trips him up.
Rucker was in there. He just couldn't get a hold of it. He did trip him up. He didn't get a big gain, but he did get about 8 on it.
Bring up a 2nd down and 2. You can hear the McGehee fans are getting excited over there, and you can see some excitement even on the McGehee football field now as the players have gotten a good gain there on 1st down. Make a shift in the backfield.
That was 2 men shifted. Wow.
Ball given to Woodson, and he'll get a 1st down. That's probably going to be a penalty.
He did throw the penalty, but I don't know why he didn't throw it earlier.
I think it's on the coaching staff.
Well, it should have been. I mean, you got to make that call when you got 2 backs moving in there.
They made the right call.
He did make the call, but boy, that was slow. Wow, it already made the run, and then he threw the flag.
It's an illegal shift, and the thing is, the official, the head official, is supposed to make that call.
That was his call, but he didn't get it.
Usually you get very good officiating crews and very veteran staff, and we can tell this is a veteran crew. But you got to make those calls.
Anybody can make that call, Jim.
If we the announcers get it right. 2nd and 8. Smart gives the ball to Woodson. Gillard's right there again for the stop.
Gillard says no, no, no.
He's done a great job so far
He
tonight.
has stepped up.
Woodson on the carry.
I'm not sure who's trying to block him tonight, but they have been unsuccessful.
I don't know that they've got him out there that can block him tonight, Jim. He is really wreaking havoc in that inside. He's a big, wide body, and they can't get around him.
3rd down and 7. Smart. He's looking to pass. He's looking for a receiver. He's got a man back there. He overthrows him. He was looking for Lewis. Excuse me. That was Reed.
He had Darian Thompson right step for step with him, so even if he'd have got it even closer, it might have been knocked down. But it does make a break. 4th and about 7. That's what we're playing this offense. You've got to play honest, because they're gonna try to get somebody behind you.
And this decision really surprises me, because if they don't make it here, they're gonna give Prescott great field position. mark. Reverse. Lewis is going to get it. He will
He's
not
been
get
short.
the first down. Great
Wow,
tackle that
great
time
tackle.
by Johnson. Great tackle by Johnson.
Boy, it looked like he was going to pick that
Yes.
up, Jim, and Johnson came out of nowhere and tackled him, bring him a yard short. Big tackle right there because he looked like he had lots of running room. Double reverse on that one. They're kind of bringing out all the plays.
Another 4th down stop by the Curly Wolf defense. Curly Wolf defense has had to come up huge multiple times this evening. On the first drive, they had to come up with the interception, and they've already had a few 4th down stops.
A little over 4 minutes left in the half. Come up, make a good stout drive here and put some points on the board because we will get the ball in the second half.
1st down and 10 for the Curly Wolves. Ball marked at the 37-yard line. Johnson's going to give the ball to George, trying to break it outside. He'll gain maybe a yard at best.
I don't think they're giving him anything, Jim. I
No.
think it's going to be just 2nd down.
Boonville is up on Harmony Grove 20-6, and it's the only score we've gotten so far this evening.
2nd down.
Johnson is going to keep it this time over the left side. He's going to gain maybe a yard. So they're starting to shut down that run play. Prescott has not really come out. They've tried the one pass attempt. They haven't really spread McGehee out. We know that Prescott can do that. That may be something they're looking at trying second half. But
I think you go find a Cox come out here.
I would. They're going to come in with. They got Franklin and Cox and Haney all now in as receivers, along with Glass. So they're going to look at putting trips to the left.
6 seconds left. They still got time.
Trying to get him
Time
to
out.
move.
Let's go.
And Haney did move here on the right-hand side. He flinched. I saw him flinch.
Wow, yeah. Trying to rush it up, trying to get it off. They were down to about 2 seconds. They'll bring up a percentage of 5-yard penalty, and it's going to bring up a long 3rd down.
5-yard penalty.
Prescott kind of bogging down here and making a few mistakes and looks a little confused.
It's going to bring a 3rd down and about 13. Johnson in the pistol formation, and they're going to jump offside to give us 5 back.
Give us our 5 back.
We're able to give you the score that Boonville is up 20-6 on Camden Harmony Grove. Rising is up 23-7 on Lamar. It's only 2 updated games we have so far.
Both of those scores was about like we thought they'd
Yes.
go, Jim. Rising and Boonville both got really stout teams.
Yeah, when the brackets came out, I had it picked out that it'd be Boonville, Prescott, Rising, and Osceola in the semifinals. That's really the 4 teams I thought that would be there. I'm hoping Smackover can come across and win. That would be good for our conference. Johnson's going to drop back to pass. He's going to step up. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to be dropped by Ray. He's still on his feet. He's trying to get away. He'll get back just past the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 4th down and about 8.
Covered lots of yardage and didn't go anywhere. Looked like he was stopped a couple different times.
4th down.
Prescott's going to have to punt it away. So Prescott looked really good on those first 2 offensive possessions, but have stalled since then. McGee's made some defensive changes and have stopped the Prescott running game. Johnson, punt it away. Plenty of time. Oh, a bad kick. The ball's going to go out of bounds on about the 46-yard line.
He just missed the ball.
He
Jim.
did.
Wow. About a 15-yard punt, and half of that was roll.
46-yard line. McGehee takes over, 1st and 10.
McGehee, every time McGehee takes over, they get a little better field position, Jim. They're at a 46-yard line this time.
Take a change of possession there. Max Tire and Home Goods. Appreciate their sponsorship for us tonight.
McGehee coming out of a little different split. They got two split wide.
2:39 to go here in the first half. Prescott leading 13-0. Smart. Quick pass out to Lewis. He's going to step up. Oh, and Nolan, he gets a hold of him, and he'll get some help, and will be dropped for maybe a yard gain.
He's going to figure out he better go down quicker because
Yes.
Colton Girth come in and popped him. He's sitting there holding him up. Somebody's going to come head up.
Yes.
Very little gain on the play.
Make it a 2nd down and 9. Curly Wolf defense
How about timeout?
needs to have a big stop here. We're going to have a timeout. We thank
Timeout,
our
McGehee.
Our sponsors, Cofields and Prescott Automotive, also for helping us this evening. Ralph, as we look here for the McGehee offense, what do you think that they're going to try to do here in this situation? You got 2 minutes to go here in the half. It's a 2nd down and 9 situation. They haven't been really successful throwing the ball yet, but do you think they're going to try to air things out here or stick to the run?
Well, for everything we've seen on McGehee and seen the stats on McGehee, they're a 3 or 4 yard run, pretty methodical getting it down the field. So they're going to have to come out with something if they're going to get down the field in two minutes. And they tried a little pass out there to the right, but there was no place to go. Defender Nolan stepped up, made the tackle, made a clean tackle. If it ever got by him, he'd had a good run on it, but made a good clean tackle. And I don't know. Got to come up with something different than their normal.
That's right.
And, and they may come out with some long passes, but that's not their cup of tea. It's not normally what they do.
They've tried to throw the ball deep twice so far tonight. One was intercepted, and one of them was incomplete.
Coming out
2nd
again.
down and 9. Well, both coaching staffs have gotten their chess match set. We'll see who comes out on the better end from this particular play.
They're coming out with two split to the right, so we'll see what they come out with. He's making sure his hands are clean, so make you think he's going to try to throw it.
Ball headed off to Woodson. He's got room on the left side. He's going to have a big gain. We'll get inside the Curly Wolf 40-yard line down about the 36.
Normally have trouble getting around Prescott's ends, but they got a good block on the end there and sealed it off and let him get to the outside.
Yep. First time tonight they've gotten the edge.
First time they've been able to get to the edge.
First down.
Prescott's done a really good job this year of holding that edge on the outside and keeping folks from getting outside, because we've got enough speed. We're going to chase them down if you can just slow them down a little bit. But he did get to the edge on that one.
Yeah, Prescott's defense is definitely set out. You hold the ends and you let the linebackers feel. That's their job. We got 3 very strong linebackers. Clock should be running. Oh, they might have got him out of bounds.
They got him out of bounds.
Yep. Smart drops back to pass. He's trying to step up. Gillard was there again. Good job by Gillard and Wilson. Excuse me, Girth.
Girth stepped. Didn't gain any on that one.
2nd down and 10.
Clock is a Curly Wolf's friend right now. Minute 44 left. But they were trying to go deep, but they had really good coverage on the back end. He had no place to go and had good rush. Had to push him out of that pocket, and he just had no place to go but took it down and run.
One thing I haven't seen happen tonight is I haven't seen the quarterback keep it himself. I really expected to see him run the ball.
I mean, you can look at him, tell him he's got a clean uniform. He has not been on the ground yet.
Ball given to Woodson. And Gully and Johnson there to make the stop. And Girth.
Curly Wolves are doing a really good job tonight, and they have all year long of gang tackling. When they get somebody there, there's 3 or 4 or 5 guys there to make the tackle. They're not really letting them get loose.
3rd down and 7.
Big down right here. Less than a minute left in the first half.
McGee's plan is either to score or leave no time on the clock. Looks like there's a little confusion in the backfield.
I'm not sure exactly what they're doing.
Getting Rayleigh on the right-hand side, and it's going to be a timeout.
They try to call a timeout.
38 seconds to go in the first half. We thank our sponsors, Bank of Delight, Bank of Prescott, and Southern Graphics for our first half this evening.
Well, I think McGee's trying to get in a hurry there, and they just kind of got out of sync on that. They just couldn't get the play called in. It was, like I say, they get them out of their wing T offense, and it's kind of confusing them, I think.
Prescott's leading 13-0, and they're in that second quarter. Prescott really controlled what was going on at the very end of the first and the beginning of the second. Now that we've gotten to the end of the second quarter here, it's kind of been an even chess match. Neither team has really had any big plays to get yourself in scoring position
Got
yet.
about halfway into that second quarter,
Yeah.
and it just kind of shut down. I don't know whether defense stepped up, made a difference or not. I'm not sure, but it was a big change right there on both sides. It wasn't just Prescott.
Well, I have to say this too, McGehee. I think coming into the game, their defense is only allowing about 14 points a game.
Yeah. I mean, they've done well. They haven't scored as many points as Prescott had. Not as big a score, but they have controlled the defensive side real well. Other than the two, the games that they lost,
Right.
they just
Would like to have seen us have another scoring opportunity before the half is over, but right now the big thing is keep McGehee out of the end zone.
keep them down right here. 39 seconds left in this one.
Smart. He bobbled it coming out from under the center. Oh, he's got some room running over the right side. Johnson's right there.
It's
Good
closing
job.
in a hurry.
Good job by Johnson. He's got good speed too as a linebacker.
You look
to
at that
close.
quarterback, you think, boy, he can make that corner, but Johnson didn't let him get there. Johnson is quick. Got out there, and Nolan coming up right behind him because he really had no place to go.
It's a fourth down.
Like I say, when that play started, it looked like it was going to be a big play, and he just couldn't go.
They're going to hurry and try to get one more play off.
Play
Smart.
deep defense because he's fixing to
He's
throw
dropping
that ball.
back. He's got room. He's going to throw it. And it's going to be intercepted by Johnson.
Oh.
Oh, he dropped that. Really, that's a better thing.
That's a good thing.
Prescott will get the ball out on the 35-yard line and have a chance to throw.
That won't help his stats, but it sure looks good when the ball hit the ground. You break it up. That's a 35-yard gain by him dropping it.
That's right. Johnson's got a strong enough arm. I definitely would send Cox deep.
I'd send Cox and say, go get it. And I'm sure McGee's going to be playing deep center field because they know it could happen.
Have a Max Tire and Home Goods change of possession here as the Curly Wolves will take over. We'll have one chance to hopefully put some points on the board before this half ends.
See how well McGehee plays center field because there's going to be a slinging of the ball. If you look here, the defensive backs are back 20 yards off the line.
Twin receivers to each side. And Prescott's going to call a timeout.
see how McGee's going to defend that and come out and call it. Regroup and make another call.
Have a Cofields Prescott Automotive timeout here right before the half.
Not a bad plan right there. See how McGee's going to come out and defend it, come in and set up another play.
I look down to my left, Ralph, and I believe that's Coach Jackson sitting down there in the end zone on the pole vault runway.
Well, it sure is. Got him a seat right there and can see it. He always liked right up and
Yes,
see the
he does.
defense. He'd be looking right down the middle of it.
One of the best defensive-minded coaches I've ever known.
He was here for years and years, and folks tried to get him off to college, get him to coaching in college. And he said, no, he said, I like playing right here in high school. And he lived it and loved it here in Arkansas, and then went over to Texas and played it again.
That's right.
Started the program over at Genoa, got them into football. And he's just a brilliant football mind.
I can remember, he always had that idea if you could score 21 points, you should never lose a ball game.
Well, and the flip side of that is he said if you get me to halftime, he said I can make an adjustments and beat you.
That's right. And he did.
He never wanted a bunch of all-stars. He wanted a bunch of average ball players. He said I can take my average ball player and beat your all-star every day. McGehee didn't change anything. Prescott looked like they didn't change a whole lot either. Looks more like a punt formation.
I know. Johnson's going to give the ball to Thompson. He's got a lot of room to run right up the middle. If he get a block or two, he may can get down the field, but he'll be tackled at about the 38-yard line of McGehee. Safe play.
Big gain right there. That's okay. We get to halftime. We got a 13-0 lead. We get the ball coming out in the second half. Good solid first half.
Prescott Curlywood fans are cheering the Curlywoods as they get ready to go in at halftime. They lead 13-0. We'll be back for our second half. In a few moments, we thank Bank of Delight, Bank of Prescott, and Southern Graphics as our sponsors.
Whenever you're ready, we're ready.
Welcome back to Swart Dot Today. Jim Honey along with Ralph Harris. We're getting ready for the second half. The Bank of Prescott, second half this evening. Prescott leads 13-0. Ralph, you got a few stats for us.
Got a few stats. They're not what they have been in the past. Prescott's got 209 yards total, and McGehee has 89. So it's a little down from what we normally do. But Prescott's is all rushing. No passing yards, which is very unusual. Usually Prescott has somewhere around 330, 340 in the first half, so we're a little down. Only 2 scores. Ryan Johnson for a 20-yard run for a touchdown, and then George for a 16-yard touchdown. That brings up the score is 13-0. Prescott leading and Duke are receiving the kickoff to start the second half.
Prescott looks like they're going to be ready for an onside kick possibility. They got a hands team out here. And, I was got to thinking at halftime with Boonville leading 20-6, this is most likely the last home game these seniors will play on this football field.
It is.
So I'm sure there's a lot of emotions that go on with that when you come out of that locker room for the last time for a home game.
Well, you throw your playoffs in there, and you also possible last home game. You either win or move on, and this comes down. There's lots of emotions going on.
Curly Wolves are waiting for McGehee to get ready to kick this off.
McGehee was a little slow. They may have stayed in that heater a little longer.
A
little slow coming out and getting started.
Looks that way.
Thanks,
Rising's leading it, looks like at halftime, 39-7 over Lamar. Smackover and Osceola tied at 14 in the other 3 quarterfinal games.
And if Prescott can hold on to this one, looks like Boonville's going to hold on and win theirs pretty readily. And looks like we'll be on the road next week to Boonville if we can hold out on this one.
Second half, Prescott's got to come out with a lot of emotion. Got to get the momentum early, get some points on the board on this first offensive possession, and get McGehee on their heels.
Well, we got to come out and score on this one, Jim, because you got to put the points up, because McGee's not going to give up. They have a really good offense, and they just couldn't get it going in the first half. In the second half, they may come out and get it going. So we're going to have to put some points on the board, because they're not going to lay down and quit.
Nope. Still a little bit foggy. The fog has lifted a little bit since the beginning of the game.
McGehee lining up, look like they may kick an onside kick.
Number 63 will kick it away. I do not have his name on the lineup sheet tonight. It'll be a high pooching kick, and Glass is going to call a fair catch, and he'll take it at the 40-yard line.
40-yard line. Good play. Good safe play there. Make sure you get that ball controlled and bring it down and start your offense.
Good field position for Prescott. We'll look at it being first down and 60. Let's get this ball in the end zone. Get the offense clicking here in the second half. As you talked about, Prescott's had no passing yards for the game so far. Prescott comes out in twin set to each side. Johnson's going to give the ball to Thompson. He's still on his feet. He gets out to the 45, down to the 47-yard line. Good hard run there by Thompson.
Looked like he was going to be dropped for a 2-yard loss. He just kept his feet churning and got out, picked up 8 or 9 on that one, Jim. Good run. Really hard run.
A couple of extra linemen come in. Haney and Glass will come off.
Prescott went out in that twins both sides to try to spread out the middle of that McGehee offense, and they did an actually good job of stopping him, and then he got loose.
Johnson gives the ball to Thompson. He'll get close to the first down. I don't know if he got it or not. They're going to mark him close to the 50. Just not sure if that's enough for the first down yet.
You can see where they mark it. It's going to be real close either way.
That's one of those. He kind of went up high, and he could, if he could have dropped his head, he probably could have got an extra yard there.
Third down.
Going to be an inch or two short.
Johnson gives the ball to George. He'll have the first down.
Just barely.
Over into McGehee territory. Prescott is sticking to the run. Weaver will come out. Glass and Cox now will be your receivers.
George on the carry, and he picked up enough for a curly wolf. First down.
Ball marked at the Owl 48-yard line. Ball given to George. He's still on his feet. He's trying to get a stiff arm. He's still on his feet. He's down inside the 35 and then on the 30. Still on his feet. Oh, and they called him out of bounds at the 31.
Boo! I want a replay on that one. He didn't step out. Wow, that was a good tough run either way.
That was a Southern
That was impressive.
Down.
He had a stiff arm out there and he carried a guy 10 yards, just holding him at an arm's length stiff arm.
Well,
Wow.
he's doing a great job of just keeping his legs going and pushing.
Like I say, he's come out tonight with a shorter, choppier step, and has really got good balance.
Johnson, he's going to keep it right up the middle. He's going to gain about 4, maybe 5, down to the 25-yard line. This is what Prescott did in those first 2 series.
Just come out, put the ball in the hands, and run it.
Right at him.
Picked up 5 yards.
Second down and 5. Johnson gives to Thompson. And a gain maybe a yard. Great tackle there by number 20, Bass. Make it a 3rd and 3.
Picked up 2 yards.
Prescott's doing a really good job tonight of trying to pick up that hole and in fact, get in behind those blockers and pick a hole. There just wasn't much hole there for him to get into.
Thompson comes out looking like he's holding his back. He may have fallen on a helmet or something like that.
They kind of spun him around. There was two defenders hit him. They bring up a big 3rd down and 2 right here.
Prescott gives to George. He'll have the first down. He'll get down to the 20-yard line.
George on the carry.
Be a Max Tire and Home Goods first down.
And he picked up enough for a curly wolf. First down.
Prescott's coming out this second half just really controlling the clock.
Yes.
Just kind of running it straight ahead and try to get yards and run that clock.
Johnson's going to give to George again. He's hit in the backfield this time. He's going to gain about 2. There's a late flag there. I don't know if there's going to be holding or face mask. We'll have to wait to see.
Holding on Prescott.
Yep. Where the flag was thrown, you knew it'd be one of the 2.
There's either a face mask or a holding one because he threw it right in the middle of the wad.
That's going to be a holding penalty on Prescott there.
Holding against Prescott.
There will be a 10-yard penalty to bring up second and 20.
It's going to make it a first down and 20. The ball is marked on the 31-yard line. It'll be trip set to the left. Prescott calls that the lizard formation. Ball is going to be given to George. He's going to be caught right at the line of scrimmage. Might have gained a yard. Bring up a second down and 19.
That one was just slow developing, Jim. There was no place to go. McGehee did a really good job of defending that field, every hole, and no place for him to go.
I think they tried to catch him off guard, tried to spread him around a little bit there and wanted to see if they could catch him.
Well, McGehee didn't spread out because they only had 2 defenders out there on our 3 trips.
The same situation now. Tried to get a jump there on the McGehee defense. Johnson, he's going to keep it around this right side. He's going to cut it back. He's got to inside the 20. He's down to 15 to 10. Oh, he dropped the ball. The ball is loose, and I believe McGehee came up with it on the 2-yard line.
Wow. Really got a good run. He got a little loose with that ball when he tried to make it.
You know, this was the same thing that happened to us in the Smackover game. really controlled the ball, running the football, but had turnovers in that second half that were so costly.
McGehee takes over first and 10.
Really good run. Looked like he was going to be stopped short, and he broke through, and there was no defender. He got down to 2, and somebody poked the ball out, got a little loose with it.
That's Prescott's second turnover of the night.
Come out here, and Prescott needs to make a good defensive stand right here and push him backwards.
Smart is going to give the ball to Woodson. Johnson's right there to hold him up. We'll drop him about the 5-yard line, but a good gain there for McGehee to get out to, looks like about the 7.
Got about 3 on that one.
Trying to pick up about
You're right.
3 yards. Second and 7.
First time McGehee has been backed up deep in their own territory all night tonight. They did start, I think, maybe on the 20 once, but this time inside the 10. Smart, quick hitter to Rayleigh. Great job there by the linebackers, Johnson and Rucker.
Riley on the carry.
Nolan on the bottom of that pile. I couldn't figure out what number that was, but it's Nolan under the bottom of that pile,
Might
too.
have gained a couple of yards. I'm going to call it a 3rd and 5. It's defense needs to have a big stand right here and force a punt. Make sure to watch the ball and don't make a jump. See, when Prescott makes that little move there,
Made that shift in the
changes.
middle, and it changed his whole play.
Yes, and there
Had to
the
call a
flag on the
timeout.
play too. I don't know what the flag was for. Okay, they got the timeout. So
They got the timeout. Clock was running
Okay.
down on them. They almost ran out of time, but they did get the timeout.
McGehee.
we'll have timeout here with 6:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. Prescott's leading 13-0.
Yeah, Prescott's coming out. They're shifting their defensive linemen, and it's almost like they're shifting right into what McGehee was trying to call because it kind of confused him. Had to back out and try to get a timeout before the clock did run out.
This timeout sponsored by Bank of Delight, and to see a flag thrown
Sideline warning.
on Prescott.
Is a sideline warning.
I'm
Co-
surprised
Coach-
we hadn't had that earlier.
Well, coaches were getting a little far out talking to the referees, and they just called a sideline warning and told them to back off.
Curly Wolves have been very disciplined on defense tonight. They played a very good, sound ball game defensively. The problems have occurred when they've been on offense. They've had some holding penalties. They've had some false starts. And then, of course, the fumble right there, very costly. Good. Big play here for the Curly Wolf defense.
I figured out what Coach Glass is fussing about. That offense, that center is moving the ball and then centering it. It's almost like a false start. He's readjusting the ball. You watch your
him
center and see what happens.
See if we can see the ball here. Oh, that's false start. That'll back them up.
Big play right there.
That'll be a half the distance.
It'd be 5-yarder.
Number 25 has had a lot of
That's
those.
his 3rd.
Yes, it's been quite a few of them.
He's trying to get a head start. He's got called 3 times on that one.
5-yard penalty.
Big penalty right there. Puts them in a long third and a long 9.
That's about the 6th one they've had tonight, too.
3rd down.
3rd and 9 now, so that backed them up quite a bit. The ball is now placed on the 4-yard line.
Yeah, they had 6 penalties in the first half, 6 for 30 yards. They have 5-yarders.
Defense needs to step it up. Got to be ready for anything right here. Smart gives the ball for Woodson. He's trying to get outside. He's got room there. He's going to be close to 1st down. Looked like they could have been holding on that left side over there. They had Nolan stood up.
A lot of grabbing and going on. It's going to be
just short.
He's shorter. I thought he was closer than that. Bring up 4th and about 2.
4th and 2.
I think McGehee gonna have to point. They got a punt on that one. That's just way too close.
Got to be disciplined here to watch the ball, make sure you don't jump, don't give them anything free, don't try to
hold up tight. Don't give them that extra 5.
Just leave them, just let them punt the ball here.
Don't rush it. We don't need them.
No, just stand your ground after the ball is snapped.
Nope, Prescott's not putting anybody back, so we're assuming is
good job. Just let the ball bounce and
die ball.
We'll take it wherever it's at.
Job.
Good job. We get the ball on the
42-yard line. That's great. Prescott didn't put him back. We kind of pooched that one a while ago, messed it up, and turned the ball over. We don't need that. We need to keep the ball.
And Nolan's been very sure-handed tonight. I was surprised at that when it happened.
He was a little indecisive on it, Jim. It looked like he may have got caught in the fog, and he really didn't decide what he was going to do till it was too late. And that's one of those things you've got to make up your mind and either go get it or get out of the way.
Prescott now on their second offensive possession of the half. Change of
Prescott coming
possession.
Out.
Bank of Prescott.
Prescott coming out twins, both right and left. Try to spread McGehee out, but they're not spreading. They're still staying into that middle.
Johnson's going to keep it. He's trying to find some room up the middle. He's going to gain about 2 yards. Maybe 3.
Looked like that one wasn't going anywhere. He just kept pushing, picked up a couple.
Well, the middle of the field's really starting to get soggy. Yeah.
It's getting muddy in there. Footing's going to be real slick.
Got quite a bit of rain today.
Well, it's been right over the last month. It's just kept raining, and hadn't had it for any chance for anything to dry out.
Fog is really starting to drop in again. And that's going to be a false start on Prescott.
Be Payton over. Got a little anxious. It's just been a sloppy second half,
yes,
Jim. Both sides.
As good as Prescott played last week on offense and defense, they've struggled in the middle part of this game. They really came out looking good those first 2 possessions, but since then it's just been a little bit of a struggle.
Staying with their twins right and left.
We'll send Cox in motion. Johnson's rolling out. He's throwing deep. He's got Franklin back there. That's
your flag.
There you go. You got to throw the flag. You had to throw that flag.
There's no way you could keep him throwing.
The official sitting there looking at it, never did anything. I don't know if he had a flag or not, but that had to be called.
It didn't give the Prescott receiver an opportunity to come back to the ball. He just basically screened him off like basketball and couldn't come back for the ball. And that's obvious pass interference. Slow calling.
And that's going to be a timeout by McGehee.
And the McGehee coach wants to talk that one over.
Yeah, there's nothing to call there. That's interference.
Well, the only argument he could have is the man that was standing there looking at it didn't call it. It was somebody way off called it, but it was.
Because he was never looking. He was just running right into the receiver. The receiver couldn't come back to it. He was impeding his progress, and you can't do that. That's a penalty on any level.
If you don't look back for that ball, Jim, you've got to turn and actually make a play on it, and he did not.
That should be a 15-yard penalty, and it should be a Southern Graphics first down for the Curly Wolves.
And they are
going to be marked to the 28-yard line.
Curly Wolf, first down.
They did mark it off, and McGehee coach is still discussing it, but the referees have already marked it off, ready to play. Be 1st and 10 from the 28.
McGehee uses a very important timeout. I believe that may have been their
second
timeout of
yeah.
the half.
They used one earlier. They couldn't get the play off, and that is their second. They're left with one, with 5:03 left in the game, in the quarter.
5:03 to go here in the first half. Prescott has got to capitalize on this scoring opportunity here as they're inside the 30-yard line now of the Owls. Cheerleaders are throwing out some footballs to the fans.
Prescott coming back. They're going back to their power formation. They've got one split left. Coming back with all the folks bunched in tight. Still having trouble getting this one set, Jim. I'm not sure what the discussion is.
There's a
sideline warning on McGehee. Okay, each has now got one, so the next one will count. But I don't,
Each coaching staff with a warning.
Both of these coaching staffs are real intense. This is
Oh,
real
yes.
important. This is a big drive right here.
McGehee reached reached the semifinals last year and lost to Rivercrest. So, and I remember back in the 90s and the 80s, McGehee won several state championships.
Yeah, they won about 3 straight there.
Mm-hmm.
Always have a tough team.
Johnson, he's going to keep it. Going around the right side. He's going to cut it back upfield. 20 out, gets out of bounds about the 16.
Good job. Get your yardage. Get out of bounds. Don't take a chance of fumbling that ball. It will be a first down.
That'll
Good
be
job.
a Max Tire and Home Goods first down.
Get your yardage. Get out there and get safe. Get out of bounds and don't lose that ball. Turnovers will hurt you right here.
Gives Prescott another first down. Johnson's going to give the ball to George. He's hit right as he got it. I believe that's going to be number 20. He's made a lot of tackles here in the second half. Bass.
He's coming off that backside. Nobody blocked him. He came in untouched.
6'4", 235.
He's been in there every play that's been made. He's been in on it.
It's going to give a second down, about 13. Prescott hasn't had very many negative plays tonight, but they've had a few here in the second half. Johnson's going to keep it, looking for room around the left. Riley Robbins out in front. Going to cut right behind him. I couldn't see if that was a flag on that side. Looks like there may be. Yep, there's going to be a flag right there.
I'm not sure what he called because he didn't hold him. He had his arm straight out and pushed him back, so I'm not sure what he saw. It is going to be a holding. Wow.
It's going to be a 10-yard holding penalty there.
Gotten really sloppy on both sides, Jim, here. It's just kind of bogged down.
This possession, there's been a false start. There's been the holding penalty.
Interference penalty. It's just been a blunderfest. Bring up a 2nd and 20, looks like.
Prescott needs to have a positive gain right here. The ball's marked at the 25-yard line. Rabadon was able to make about a 38-yard field goal last week. We need to get the ball down inside the 10, 15-yard line to have a chance for even a field goal here. Johnson's going to drop back to pass. He's throwing. He's got Cox. Cox has it. Gets inside the 10. First down.
Inside the 10-yard line.
Up close to the first down.
Not a very pretty pass, but it was effective. He got it out there far enough. He could get under that one.
Johnson hasn't been on his game tonight in the passing game. It's been a little bit off, but a big gain of about 18 yards.
Look, I bring up a 3rd and short 2.
Thought he was going to get close enough for the first.
3rd and 2. Okay, I thought it was. Bring up 3rd and 2. Ball on the 9-yard line.
Prescott needs to, I believe, to get to the 6 or the 7 for
They'll
the
get
first
about the
down.
7, looks like.
Johnson gives the ball to George. Looking for just a little gap. There's not much there. He's got the first down.
He's still going.
He's running down to the goal line.
He's about a yard short. That looked like he was top short, and he just kept pushing. Got it out there to the 1-yard line.
He needs to be rewarded.
Absolutely. Give him the ball. Give him the ball.
Johnson gives to George. He's in the end zone. Touchdown.
Good job. Good job.
He carries it in for a touchdown.
Got 3:46 to go here in the third quarter, and Prescott now leads 19-0, waiting the extra point.
It was a good, solid run by George. Like I say, he's shortened up his steps tonight with this muddy field. Really great balance.
Rucker awaits the snap. A little high, gets it down. Rabadon's kick is
Right up the middle, good. Brings it to 20-0. Prescott Curly Wolves with 3:46 left in the third quarter.
Banker Delight touchdown there as the Curly Wolves go up 20-0 now over the McGehee Owls. We also thank our sponsors, Cofields and Prescott Automotive.
That's a good touchdown, Jim. It was a 13-0 lead, but it just seemed a lot closer than 13.
Yes.
It just seemed like McGehee could break out at any minute. and score, and that just gives a little breathing room there. But need to come out and play solid defense again, shut them down, kick that ball down here and shut them down, hold them.
Yeah, I think if we can shut them down one more time, get the points on the board again, it's done. I mean, then you've got them out of their game. They're going to start trying to throw the ball, and that's definitely not what McGehee wants to do.
Time becomes a factor at that point. They got to score quick, and they're just not set up, have not been set up all year to do that.
Rob Don looks where he'll try to kick it on a high kick to this left side of the McGehee return team. Woodson's back on this side. It's been kicked most of the time to Williams, number 24 so far this evening. Number 8, Reed, did catch one off the shin. Oh, it's going to be kicked deep. Lewis and Woodson. Woodson's going to take it at the 25. And Curly Wolves are going to be right there to stop him. Good job by Rucker to stop him at the 34.
About a 10-yard gain on that one. Looked like it could have gone for more, but Curly Wolves was spread out, covering the field up. No place for him to go. 38-yard line, or 34-yard line. Defense needs to step up, Jim, and make another good stand right here. Don't let them get any momentum going.
Smart still under center with the wing T formation behind him. Smart is going to give the ball to Lewis. There's nowhere for him to go. Great job by Gully to turn him inside. That's exactly what you want.
No place to go. There's 4 Curly Wolves standing out there. Gully turned him in. There was 3 Curly Wolves waiting on him.
He lost on the play.
Girth held up the end. Gully and Nolan were right there at the edge. Nowhere to go.
They're saying stop them at the end and fill those gaps. That's what they did on that one. Loss of about a half a yard, so to bring up second and a long 10.
Smart gives the ball to Woodson right off the right side. Nolan trying to hold him, and a good leg drive there by Woodson.
Big, tough run right there. He just kept his legs turning, gained about 8 on that one.
Nolan was trying to tackle the football that time. I don't think he got a hold of his body, so he just was hanging onto his arms.
Bring up a 3rd and 1. Run the clock.
Smart. Under center, it's a 3rd down and about 1. Smart gives the ball to Woodson. He's going to have the 1st down. He'll get out to about the 47-yard line.
Colton made the tackle on that one, but he got a gain about 4 yards, picked up a 1st down.
Jordan on the tackle.
Good thing about it is that
Picked up the 1st down.
McGehee runs the football, so they're running the clock. It's not one of those things where they're airing the ball out and stopping the clock with incomplete passes. It's a run offense, so they're going to keep the clock running. Been a fast game so far. Smart keeps it, and he's caught right there by Johnson. First time he's kept
That's
it.
We talked about it earlier. That's first carry he's made. He's the only player on the field who's got a clean uniform. He has not carried it until that down. And Colton wasn't having any part of that one. He was going to stop him.
2nd down.
2nd and 11. Or a long 10. 2 minutes now to go the 3rd quarter. Williams to the right. Left end flinched again. This time it was number 62. That's going to be Reeves. That's going to back them up 5.
McGehee is not set. They're not made to run a slow. They're set up to get to the line of scrimmage and snap the ball, and it's just throwing them out of sync.
2nd and 15.
I don't know whether Curly Wolf defense is confusing them or making them change the calls, but something's got them out of sync. They're just not running the methodical like they normally do.
Williams now to the left side of the offense. And 5 more yards.
Wow.
They are really, really out of sync. Mentally, they're out of the game right now.
They're just confused, Jim. I'm not sure what's going on.
2nd and 20.
And it's got to be frustrating for the coaching staff as well, because all they can do is call the plays. The players have to go out there and execute it. So it's got to be very frustrating for the McGehee coaching staff.
It's tough on both sides, because like I said, they're getting a little over anxious.
Right.
Jumping and just really not in sync with anything right now.
Rayleigh goes in motion. Ball given to Woodson over the right side. Good offensive push there by the line. They're getting about 7.
Good run there, but it's gonna still be about 13 yards. Be 3rd and about 12 or 13. They tried to use that motion to get some of the Curly Wolves to go to that left side, and nobody bid on it. He just made a good hard run right off that right side.
Gillard will come out on this 3rd and long situation.
I'd like to see him.
Excellent game tonight against
I'd like
the
to see how
run.
many tackles he's had, because he's really been tough tonight.
Smart trying to get the
Curly Wolves
play. Can't see over there, so they've called their last time out of the night.
Well, they broke the huddle with too many men in the huddle. They had one going offside. They had to call a timeout because they had too many men in the huddle. They had 12 men on the field, and as they broke the huddle, one went to the sideline. So that's their 3rd and final timeout with 32 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Have the Bank of Prescott timeout here as Prescott's leading 20-0 with 32 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. See if I can get some scores of other games while we're waiting for this timeout. Show Boonville up still 20-6 over Harmony Grove. Rising up 39-7 over Lamar. And Smack over in Osceola still tied at 14.
I bet those just hadn't been updated yet. It should be late in the 3rd quarter there too, and they may have just not been updated.
Well, like we've talked about, our game is rolling pretty fast.
It is.
That's a unique situation.
Yeah, I mean, we're sitting here at 10 to 9.
Yeah.
And it's almost the 4th quarter, and like I say, we've been ended up 9:30 or so, even with the mercy rule and running the clock. So this one is running pretty fast because there hadn't been that many passes.
This most likely will be the final play of the quarter.
McGehee coming out and changing. They've got 2 split to the left, trying to get a little wide, try to get some of those Curly Wolves out of the middle.
Smart. He's going to drop back to pass. He's looking left. He has a receiver, Lewis, open. Gully's going to get him out of bounds. He's going to be right at the sticks. So they're going to be
like he's going to be
about a yard.
Look like a little short.
So they will have another play here in this 3rd quarter. Nice job by Lewis. He came out of his break and kind of stumbled a little bit, and the ball was right there. Another 4th down situation for the defense. They've come up big several times tonight. Maybe we get another false start.
They just moved it. They didn't call it.
Smart gives the ball to Woodson. He'll have the 1st down. He'll get inside the 40.
Woodson on the carry.
Just a good straight handoff right off the right side, just a dive. Broke that first line and got about 4 yards on it.
I expect to see a fumble handoff at some point tonight for McGehee, because it's just there's few times they're getting in there and there's just a little bit of confusion, or the timing is just a little bit off.
Well, and part of that is, Jim, their backs are only 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage there, so you've got to be really quick on those handoffs and make them precise, or it just. There you
nice
go.
job. Oh, Franklin, and good job by Rucker to hang on to his feet.
Rucker down on the bottom of the whole pile, just hanging on his legs to stop him for a couple yards.
Woodson on the carry.
That's going to end the 3rd quarter with the Curly Wolves leading 20-0. We'll be back in a few moments here with our 4th quarter. Southern Graphics as one of our sponsors tonight, and we appreciate all of our sponsors this evening. Cofields and Prescott Automotive as well.
That was just a sloppy 3rd quarter, Jim, all the way around. Prescott did come back and score, but it was just a sloppy on both teams. Penalties, lost. Prescott, we talked about earlier, Prescott hadn't heard many lost plays this game, but they had several in that quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And, came back and overcame them, but there's been several just losses.
it has not been one of Prescott's solid games. They've played well, but not solid. Last week when they played Clinton, I don't think they could have played a better game other than maybe the Camden Harmony Grove game. I think those were their 2 best games they played this year. But they're playing well. They just got some things they need to clean up because it's going to be tough as we go forward on into the playoffs.
As we talked about earlier, the Smackover game was just really sloppy. It came out the second half, and we just really couldn't get anything going. And that's kind of the way the third quarter went here tonight. It just, like, they really just couldn't get clicking. Everybody was sluggish and just really not on the same page and not getting everything done. They clean it up in this fourth quarter because McGehee is on a drive.
Yeah, because they need to make a big stop right here. This game is by far not over. You got a whole quarter to play. Prescott needs to have a good stop here, get the ball back, and let's try to get some more points on the board and end this thing.
Well, McGee's got enough speed. If they ever break that line of scrimmage, they're going to make a big gain, and we don't need to give them that opportunity because, like I say, they've got speed, and if they get loose, they're going to cover lots of ground in a hurry. Fog rolling in, getting a little harder to see.
Smart gives the ball to Woodson. Find some room over the left side. A good tackle that time by Rucker.
Rucker get out there and holding that outside. Good job.
Woodson's a little slow to get up to. He hit the ground hard that time.
Rucker hit him hard down around the knees, and he pretty good pop on him.
He landed on that right shoulder. It'll be a third down and about 7. Big play now for the Curly Wolf defense. Definitely McGee's in 4-down territory. Smart's going to drop back to pass. He's got all day to throw. He's got Lewis back. Lewis cannot come up with it. Hit him in the hands. It just didn't hang on.
Hit him in the hands at number 4. Tinsley got a hand in there and knocked that one loose because he was open, but Tinsley got a hand in there the last minute and knocked it loose.
That's one of those that I really think Thompson or Johnson should come up with. That ball was just hanging up in the air.
So they bring up a big 4th down, and they are going to go for it. They're in 4-down territory. They've got to go right here.
4th down 7. Prescott needs another 4th down stop. Have twin receivers. Nope, they're going to send Polite and Reed to the right. Smart's going to drop back to pass. Johnson trying to get some pressure on the quarterback, and they do get him caught for a stop there on the 40-yard line.
Good pressure on the quarterback, but the best part of it is in the backside, those defensive backs, there was no place for him to go. That defensive rush got there in a hurry. Didn't have a whole lot of time, but there was no place for him to go with that ball.
Great job by the defense.
Step up.
Can't say enough about the defense tonight. They have played very well all game long.
Well, McGehee only had 89 yards the first half, and probably less than half of that this half.
Right.
So the defense has done real well. They kind of bended a little bit, but they didn't give them any place to score.
George in the backfield with Johnson. Johnson's going to keep it. He's going to stay behind Robbins, cuts it upfield, and he's still on his feet. Will get out to almost midfield. Be dropped at the 48-yard line. Second down and about 7.
One of those he just kept his feet churning. He had blockers out there, but he kind of slowed down. He just kept pushing, laying with it, and get picked up about 7 or 8 on that one.
This could be the drive that seals the game right here. If you can get in the end zone here, you can seal a victory.
Prescott coming out with their heavy package. Got
ball given to George up the middle. He'll have the first down. Still on his feet, driving down to the 45.
He's just done a really good job tonight. Broke that one long run, but pretty much just putting his head down and grinding it out and picking up that tough yardage, and that's what they got to have. This field's conditions, you're not going to get many long, quick runs, which is turning those feet and holding that ball and not turning it over, making that clock run. As you say, McGehee is out of timeouts.
Johnson gives the ball to George. Looking for room over the left side. Still just churning his feet. Will get down inside the 40, down to about the 39.
Great run. Like I say, he's just putting his head down and pushing. Push that whole pile. Bring up a second down to about 3 on it. 10 minutes left in this one. Prescott just keeps that clock running and hold that ball.
So far, Prescott throughout the season has mixed it up, throwing and running, but tonight it's been all on the ground. Johnson gives the ball to George over the right side. He's going to have a Curly Wolf first down inside the 35-yard line. McIntyre home.
Big
Goods,
offensive,
first down.
big offensive lineman's just doing a really good job getting the push on that McGehee defense and giving him enough time to be able to pick and choose his holes, because he's not really running fast, but he is picking his holes and just picking up 4 and 5 and 6 yards at a time.
Thompson now comes in to give George a break. And there's going to be a flag, and they're going to call that one on Johnson for jerking.
Wow. He's done it all year long, and it's the first time they've called it. It looked like a Peyton Manning play. Do it all the time, and they call it one time.
They make a first down and 15, so Preston needs to get the ball back and make some positive.
Wind the clock, let it run.
Yes, a positive ground here on this set of downs. Johnson gives the ball to Thompson, looking for room around the left. He's got a convoy down the sideline, 30, 25, out of bounds at about the 15. They're marking him out at the 19.
Really good job of pulling those linemen, getting out in front of him. He had 4 blockers out there. He just finally ran out of real estate going to the sideline.
But not till he picked up enough for a Curly Wolf. First down.
Great job by the left side of the line just to pop out there and had a great wall set up for him. Get right down the sideline. For a Bank of Delight first down. Johnson gives to Thompson. Looking for him around the right side. Not much there that time. Good tackle by Lewis.
Lewis.
Might have lost about a yard.
Second and 11.
Right now the priority, Jim, is to hold that ball and run that clock. Make no mistakes, no penalties. Get that clock and keep it running.
8.5 minutes to go in the game. Johnson gives the ball to Thompson. Around that left side again.
Convoy again.
Cut it up in the field. Inside the 5. Mark him out at the 6.
Had one blocker to get around. The linemen are doing a great job of getting out. It's just that whole left side of the line just shifted and got out in front of them. He had 4 blockers out there.
And that'll be a Bank of Prescott first down there.
But he picked up enough for a Curly Wolf. First down.
McGee's kind of trying to cheat in a little bit on that inside, and that whole side, left side, got out there. Like I say, just a convoy. There was a whole bunch of people out there in front of him.
Johnson gives to Thompson around the left side. It gets down to the 1.
1 yard line.
Second and goal.
Get down to the 1 yard line. Keep that, stay in bounds. Keep that clock running. Eight minutes left.
About the 1 yard line.
This is what you wanted to see. A good drive here.
Good yardage eater and time and clock eater. This is what they needed. Finish this one off and make this touchdown.
Johnson gives to Thompson right up the middle, and he'll be in the end zone. Touchdown.
Almost a little cakewalk the way the Prescott's getting such a push on that offensive line now.
Southern Graphics touchdown there here in the 4th quarter. Robidon will be on for the extra point.
Settle down on that drive and just made some good, methodical, good runs on it and got good blocking out there on that left side.
Robidon's extra point is no good. Off to the right.
I started to say we got to wait to hear on that one because it's getting so foggy.
Couldn't see.
And I think McGee's wearing down. I don't think they've given up, but I think they're just wearing down. This hard running, rushing offense is just wearing them down. And they don't have a large number of players, and they got a lot of them going both ways. And I think they're just wearing down, Jim.
7:49 to go here in the ball game. Prescott's leading 26-0. We thank our sponsors, Max Tire and Home Goods, Cofields, and Prescott Automotive.
Well, if all the scores hold up, Jim, looks like we're going to be in Booneville next week on a pretty good long road trip to nowhere.
I'm going to try to find me a hotel to stay in next week, Ralph. I don't believe I'm going to make that trip back.
Well, you'll have to come back to Meaner or go north to Fort Smith somewhere because there's not the only hotels in Booneville are 1950 Route 66. I've stayed there when I worked, and there's just not much choice. You got Greenwood real close, and there's not even a motel or hotel in Greenwood. I guess everybody at Greenwood goes on into Fort Smith and spends the night.
Boonville now up 43-14 on Harmony Grove. Smackover and Osceola tied at 21. And I haven't seen a Rising final yet, but they should be close to ending. There's a squib kick. Ball's going to be taken by Williams. He'll drop it about the 31-32 yard line.
Good squib kick, got a good bounce on it. He couldn't get a hold of it and make a run. He just had to take it and go down at the 31.
McGehee will start this possession on their own 32. I don't even believe the clock started on that kickoff.
Didn't make a move, and it's still sitting at 7:49.
Smart. He's going to give the ball to Lewis, trying to get him on the outside on the left edge, and he will not even get back to the line of scrimmage.
No place to go. It's Colton Girth out there. He's kept pushing out. Riley. He just kept pushing out and control that end, and there's no place for him to go.
Well, that's the key to a wing T defense, is to get penetration, mess up in the backfield to get them out of rhythm. Second down and 11. Smart. He's going to give the ball to Woodson. He's on his feet. He breaks free, and he's going to break it deep. And Rucker's going to chase him down and get him down about the 24-yard line.
Thought he had enough speed to go, and Rucker just ran up and caught him. They're about the 24-yard line, looked like. And that's what we was talking about earlier, Jim. If they ever break that first line, they got speed. They just have not been able to get loose tonight.
He picked up the first down.
I meant to say break free there. He definitely broke it and got deep into Curly Wolf territory.
The clock's still running. 7 minutes left in this game.
They're going to shift in the backfield, and I believe that's going to be a false start.
They're going to catch Hawkins again. I think that's his fourth false start. He's going to go home tonight and hear those whistles, because he's had 4 of them.
First and 15.
And it's really killed their drives. Every time they had the momentum, those have been the things that's really hurt them.
Like I said, I think it's the Curly Wolf defense that's throwing them off, because they're shifting in the front and they're having to try to change plays, and they just can't get set.
Smart drops back to pass. He's got room around the left side, but good job by Payton. And there's a late flag. There's a flag with a late hit there. Couldn't tell who that was, but
that's one of the things I don't think he could stop.
No,
he was going out, and it's just one of those things. Momentum was carrying him, and
may have been Johnson that time.
Very little gain on the play.
Okay, we talked about Quantes Gully having an ankle last week, a little gimpy. He's coming off the field again limping, so he may have re-injured it a little bit.
One thing Prescott's going to have to adapt at some point, especially in these passing situations, is getting a pass rush. They really haven't had one all season, and getting somebody to come off that end and maybe take an attack. But of course, they've been playing so many run offenses, they hadn't had an opportunity.
The biggest rush we've had on the pass has been our linebackers.
That's right.
You think, well, the defensive linemen, defensive ends, and whatever, but they've been basically holding that line up, and the linebackers have been doing the ones that's getting in the rush. And they are going to mark off a unsportsmanlike on Prescott hit out of bounds.
So that really helps this McGehee drive. It's not going to be an automatic first down.
They're just a little bit short. Well, they're going to give it to them. They're going to say it is first down.
All right, so
give them the first down. Let's start that clock. And it should have been, because it looked like it was about 14.
I would have thought it would have been an automatic first down, but then
I don't think it is.
The way they were going about it. Ball is going to be marked now inside the 15 of the Curly Wolves. This is the furthest I believe McGehee has been into Prescott territory tonight. Smart is going to give the ball to Woodson, and there's going to be a penalty on the McGehee Owls.
Another false start.
Another
It's the second one on this drive.
Yeah, I don't know how many they've had tonight, but there's been a bunch of them. Oh.
That's their 12th false start.
The man from Texarkana said here. The man from Texarkana here said there was 13.
13. Okay. Well, I missed
either way, that's amazing to have that many in one game. Good thing we got 5 yards on them, but we stopped the clock. We need that clock to run.
Williams will come out split to the right. Smart, he's going to give the ball to Woodson, and they're going to be dropped for he bounced off and got a few yards.
It did pick up a few yards, but they did get him out there and kept him from getting to the end, and the defense caught up with him. Looked like a bigger gain. They only gained a couple on that one, Jim. Looked like a little bigger gain.
Second down now and about 12. Ball's going to be marked on the 17-yard line. I expect McGehee to keep the ball on the ground. Got a lot of room on that left-hand side. I might try to go with Rayleigh here. Nope, they're going to go the ball to Woodson, and they collapse right on him for a stop of maybe a yard.
Woodson on the carry.
There's Wilson collapsing down from that left side and shut that down in a hurry. Picked up about a yard. Looked like it'll be 13 or third and about 11. Nobody blocked Wilson. He just collapsed all the way from that left side.
4 down territory for McGehee. They've kept their basic offense going. They've tried to throw the ball a few times, but had not had success. Now they've got Rayleigh out to the left, and it looks like that's going to be Reed to the right. Smart, he's going to drop back to pass. There's the pressure by Nolan for the sack. There we called it.
There it is.
Coming off the edge, the linebacker makes a sack.
Untouched. There was nobody nobody in front of him. He came off untouched to make that.
Big loss on the play.
Excellent job. Excellent call by the coaches. Fourth down now and 16 for the Owls. I'd like to see the Curly Wolves do the same thing again.
Yeah.
Bring another blitz on the edge.
Shut them down right here. Turn that ball over. Take it over.
Crowd's getting loud, and there's going to be another flag.
Delay a game.
Delay a game. 5-yard penalty. 4th and 21.
We know it's a passing situation now.
No, they've got to throw the ball.
This might be an opportunity. They can set up a screen. You know, that's a lot of times those are successful in these long situations, but they've got to throw the ball. They got to get the ball inside the 5 to get a first down. Not what McGehee does well. Ball is given to Woodson right up the middle, and they're going to be stopped. He'll be getting down to about the 11-yard line, but that'll be short of the first down. Colonel Woods will take over.
Made a really good gain on that one. They just had too many yards to get.
Nolan made a big play on that defensive stand with the sack.
Curly Wolves take over first and
Curly Wolves will take over, leading 26-0 over the McGehee Owls with 3:49 left in this one.
We have a Bank of Delight change of possession.
Looks like about the 12-yard line. Curly Wolves will take over.
They just got the ball on the 12-yard line, so they got a long way to go, but they just want to keep the ball now and just run the clock out. McGehee has no timeout, so they can't stop the clock. And Prescott's going to call a timeout, it looks like. So we have a Bank of Prescott timeout here with 3:49 to go. Prescott leading 26-0. Ralph, the Curly Wolves have been sluggish at offensive. They had a few key mistakes, but defensively they've been rock solid tonight.
They come out and played about as solid a game as I've seen them play this year, Jim. give McGehee made a few plays, but Curly Wolves come up, stepped up, and made the big stops when they had to hold that goose egg.
See if we can get a few scoring updates for you. Boonville is up 43-14 on Harmony Grove, so Prescott will be traveling to Boonville next week. Smackover and Osceola are tied at 21, and that is the only score I got. I don't know what happened to the Rising. Rising won 53-15 over Lamar. So that game is gone final.
Well, they started off a little slow, but they sound like they exploded in the second half.
You know, Rising was the winner of this conference, and they just pretty much so dominated the conference. They're undefeated, and I can guarantee you they're going to have a tough game next week where they play Osceola or Smackover, either one. That's going to be a very, very good football game. Jeffrey Williams will hand the ball off. I believe that was Hobson.
Okay, on the play.
See several of our young freshmen in there on this one.
Going to let the clock run all the way down. Coach Glass will call the play late. Got the starting offensive line, and they're giving some of the other younger players an opportunity. Ball is given to Hobson again over the right side. He's got a great speed. He breaks a tackle. He's on the edge, and he'll get a first down for the Curly Wolves.
He weighs a buck nothing, Jim, but he just ran over one of the McGehee players, put out a stiff arm, and then just ran over him, picked up that first down, and keep this drive going and keep that clock running.
Jalen Hobson, just a freshman. He's going to be helping George in the backfield next year.
He gets it up for a Curly Wolf. First down.
Junior high team was a very solid team this year. And you're going to see. You'll see hear his name quite a bit come up the next few years for the Curly Wolves.
There was a lot of speed on that freshman team. They weren't real big, but they had lots of speed.
Williams gives the ball to Hobson again. Looking for the corner. He's still on. Well, got knocked out of bounds. There will be a loss of a couple of yards that time.
But he did take the lick. He took the lick and stayed on trying to get around. Just got out of bounds.
Be a loss of about 3 yards on that play. I don't think he intended to go out of bounds. He needs to know that he needs to stay in bounds and keep that clock running.
I don't think he had any choice on that
right.
one. Mr. Lewis carried him out of bounds.
Williams gives the ball to Hobson. He gets out of the reach of Bass, turns it upfield, and will be tackled about the 30-yard line. Good tackle that time by number 70, Coburn. Holding on Prescott.
Holding on the back side of that one. They were way away from the play.
Clock is down to 2:21 now to go in the game, but that penalty backs Prescott up 10 yards because of the.
It was way back because it was a spot foul. It was behind the line of scrimmage about 5 yards, so it took it way back.
Now Prescott will send in several freshmen and sophomores here that come in, a few juniors. Rayvon Tolliver, he is a senior. He'll come in out at center. Second down and about 30. Williams gives the ball to Hobson and nowhere to go.
Just trying to run it right up the middle, hold on to that ball, and it's going to bring up. 20 something. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm
25 to 30.
It's a long way. 2 minutes now to go in the game. We thank our sponsors this evening: Bank of Delight, Bank of Prescott, Southern Graphics, Max Tire and Home Goods, Cofields, and Prescott Automotive. We've had some great sponsors all year long, and we appreciate each and every one of them that's allowed us to bring you the games live streaming.
Prescott going to call a timeout. Couldn't get the play in there. Bring up a
Hopefully next week we'll be able to bring you the game from Boonville live. We're not really sure how the internet situation will be in Boonville, but we plan on doing so. We'll be there to call the game.
Jim, I know from working up in that part of the world, there's not a whole lot of cell reception. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
One of the things I usually joke about a lot of times when we have issues in our part of the world, I said, well, we'll see if the squirrels can get up there and can run a little faster. We'll see if we got any squirrels in that part of the country that can spin the wheels and get us some internet service for next week.
Wow. Give you a stat here, Jim. Look like George has got 148 yards on the day. Thompson's got 134, and Johnson's got 57. So that's pretty good stat there on a nasty, cold, rainy night.
Yes. Third down and 30. Minute 40 to go here in the game. I expect Prescott just to snap it, keep it on the ground. Number 12, Ja'Kalen Zachary now in at quarterback. He's going to keep it around the right edge, and he has a lot of speed.
Wow.
He breaks it down the sideline, and he'll be close to a first down.
He's going to be about.
I think he's maybe a few yards
Looks
short.
like about 5 yards short, but made a really good job. They did get blockers out in front of him. Made a really good run, just a little short. Be about 5 yards short.
I think I would snap it and do the same thing to the other side, but I believe they're going to punt it away.
I got Ryan Johnson coming on. Look like we're going to try to punt this one.
Ja'Kalen Nolan and Zachary is another freshman.
Let's go. Have to get some more ball players on the field. Still short.
Prescott gets their
Johnson back to punt.
punting team on the field. Johnson will punt it away. His last punt was not good at all. High snap. He'll get it away, end over end kick. But it gets a decent roll. Got good height on it. Ball's going to be dead at about the 34-yard line.
On the 34-yard line.
Bring us
First and 10 to McGehee.
About to run this one down, Jim. Looks like we got 1:18 left. McGehee taking over at the 34-yard line. This one is all but over.
Expect to see maybe 2, maybe 3 plays. I'm sure that I would expect that McGee's going to try to score here. I would think they'd be trying to throw the ball. We've got most of the freshman and sophomore defensive crew in now. I do see Girth and J.D. Weaver, Landon Cross, and Poole. So they play quite a bit. Got Patrick in at linebacker. Creeping up. Ball is given to the fullback. That's number 63 on the carry.
Yeah, that's their kicker.
Number 63 on the carry.
He takes care of the punting and the kickoffs for him, and he's back there carrying the ball now.
They don't seem to be in any hurry to snap the ball, which,
Second and 1.
you get to the situation, it shows a lot of class usually from both teams when they try to just get the game over.
Just run it out. Time to shut it down and go home.
You don't want to get anyone hurt or anything at this part of the game.
I see a few new jerseys in there for McGehee, getting in a few players that hadn't played all year.
Prescott's going to have to call a timeout. We've got a late player on the field and did not get a player off, so would have had 12 men on the field, so we had to call a timeout.
Yeah, we've got 44 seconds left. Prescott's up 26-0 with the McGehee Owls, and if you hadn't heard, we was talking about we'll be in McGehee next week.
Nope.
I mean, excuse me, Boonville. Like, God forbid, let's don't go to McGehee.
Yeah,
we want to go to Boonville. Yeah, I believe I'd rather go to Boonville than I had McGehee.
We thank everyone for joining us this week on Swark Today. If you weren't able to make it out to the game, we know it's a rainy and foggy and cold night tonight. We know there's a lot of people that are traveling for Thanksgiving, and next week a lot of folks will be back home. So all the Curleywood fans that don't want to make that trip or can't make that trip to Boonville, make sure you join us on Swark Today.
See, Tywan Thompson, they carried him off. He's sitting on the bench. I'm not sure whether he's got a cramp or something to do with his leg. They're looking at checking him out pretty close.
Smart. He's going to keep it. He's looking for room over the left side. He'll get the first down. That will stop the clock while they set the sticks.
McGehee
Picked up the first down.
going to jump on the ball and get another play in.
1st and 10 now. Smart gives the ball to Rayleigh. Good job. And there's a late flag.
Flag on the play.
I just want to say why.
Just
why throw that? Let
run
the clock
this one out,
out.
folks.
This game is over.
See what the call is. They do it. Face mask on Prescott.
The guy had the opportunity to throw his flag a while ago when there was an interference 5 foot in front of him. He didn't throw it. He throws that one 20 yards away.
Well, maybe somebody loaned him a flag. He must not have had one earlier.
All right. Well, maybe this will be the last play of the game.
Go defense! Go defense!
Prescott needs to make one more stop here to get the shutout. Smart's going to drop back to pass. He has Williams open. He dropped it. Incomplete, so that'll stop the clock.
Stop the clock. We got one more shot, Jim.
Pass intended for number 24, Williams.
I'm not going to say it's the last one this time. I'm not going to do it.
8.1 seconds.
Let this one run out. I don't think it's going to run out.
2nd down and 10. Smart. Will give the ball to Rayleigh. Got to make the tackle there. They
Good
do make
tackle.
the tackle. It's going to be right at the first down marker with 2 seconds to go.
That was number
They'll
23.
get the-
That was Jalen Hobson on that tackle, saving that one.
They'll get the sticks set and waiting for the official to set the clock. It will begin to run.
Wind the clock. Start the clock.
And that will be the last play of the game finally.
Ball game. Curly Wolves do win this one, 26-0 over the McGehee Owls. Sluggish, slow start. Did finally kick up. Defense had played great all night. Got to give them the game ball. Defense played great.
And then several players made big stops all night long. Prescott will go to Booneville next week for the semifinals, and we'll face the Booneville Bearcats. If you can't make it to Booneville, please join us on Swart.today. Ralph Harris, Jim Honey. We'll see you there next week.